Hi guys, so today on this video I'm just going to do a quick makeup tutorial on how to do a really summery everyday makeup look. Okay, so we're going to begin with a primer, and my favourite primer is the Ordinary High Spreadability Fluid Primer, which we have here. As you can see, my makeup bag is super dirty. So it comes in this little box and it's a bottle this size. And I think it was around £4 to £5 on the website, or you can order it through ASOS. So it comes with this little pipette, and it's really thick, really viscous, but it spreads really well all over your face and just gives you a really good base. So take a little bit of that and just chop a little bit on the bits of our face which are kind of like uneven, just to give us that little bit of smoothness. If you have tried the Benefit, I forgot what it's called, it's like Pore Professional. It's kind of similar, just gives you that super smooth base, and you can feel like there's something on your face just because of like the silicone. So obviously it isn't the best for your skin to be able to breathe, but it just kind of fills in any uneven bits on your skin and just gives you a nice smooth base. And next we're gonna do foundation, and I have the MAC Face and Body Foundation in the shade C25, I think it is. So that's Cool 25. Or maybe it's C2, I think the rest of the shades are C25. Just the Face and Body Foundation has different values to the normal ones. So yeah, it comes in this little bottle and it's just super easy, just squeeze a little bit out. I'm just going to do that much there. And then we'll take this foundation brush. With this foundation, I do like to use a brush rather than a blender. The blender is good, it's just to work it more into my skin, the brush is a lot better, I found. If you have something thicker like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, the sponge is a lot better for that, just so it can bounce off your skin and not look too cakey. But with this foundation, it just kind of builds super easily and doesn't really cake because it's not that thick. So I like to just use a brush and just kind of buff it into my skin. We'll just take a little bit more just to get that extra little bit of coverage. This foundation is really good for just kind of looking like your natural skin and not just too like foundation-y or cakey in any way. So it's a really good foundation if you just kind of want to wear it every day and just show your skin a little bit. I have had really bad acne in the past, and I've just found that when you use foundations that are super thick and have, you know, like long lasting formulas, they just kind of cake on your face, especially if you have, you know, skin like mine. It's kind of uneven. I have kind of big pores like around my nose and everything, so I don't want anything to look too cakey or anything. So just rub that in. That's super good. So that's just given me a nice little base. And next we're going to go in with a lighter foundation just to kind of highlight parts of my face. So we have the Revlon Colourstay foundation. And I used to use this as my regular foundation, but I found using 2 shades is a lot better, just to give your face a lot more dimension and not look so flat. Work a little bit of that out. And again, we're not using a lot, just take a little bit and kind of spread it out. So put this on kind of like the middle of my face where the light reflects. And this is kind of the base for the contouring also. As you can see, this foundation is a lot thicker than the MAC. So I don't like to use too much of it all over my face, just because these bits, I feel like I don't need much foundation there. So I just like to focus on the centre of my face, where my skin's kind of like bumpy and, you know, I don't have the best pores, so just a little bit on my forehead as well, just the extra bit. Okay, so that's the foundation done, and it's gone pretty well, I would say. Obviously, if you wanted to be a bit more full coverage, you could use concealer to cover up. So with my foundation done, next we're going to move on to the contour, just kind of make our face look a little bit more defined. I have a very wide kind of like circular face, so I like to contour just to just give myself a bit of shape and just bring out my features a little bit. So now we're done with the foundation, we're going to move on to the contouring part. And for this I have the Model Co contour stick, and I got this from a Glossy Box, and it's just kind of like a creamy kind of stick, so just put a line there and then a line on the other side. And then we're just going to put tiny bits on our forehead. As you can see, I have quite a large forehead, so I like to contour this part of my face and just kind of bring that in a little bit. So we're going to take this brush again and just kind of blend this out. I used to be super bad with contour just because I think it was that I didn't blend it enough. When you first put it on your face, it is quite stark. Obviously this one's a bit orange, but I just like it to give me a little bit of a sun-kissed glow when I'm in the sun. But the trick is just to blend as much as you can. And just kind of get this into your face. And Kim Kardashian does a 3, so she goes like that. And that kind of highlights the cheekbone bit, brings in this part of your face and also your forehead. And make sure that you rub in with your hairline as well, because you don't want weird lines. And kind of your ears as well. There's a lot in there actually. Okay. The more you blend, the less contrasting it looks. So you just have to get really good at your blending. So once that is all blended in, which I think this is now, we're gonna take the Master Sculpt. This is by Maybelline, I believe, yeah. Maybelline, it's rubbed off on the bottom. I've had this for a long time as well. And we're gonna take this dark bit and this brush again, just take a little bit of that. And this is a different shade to the orange, it's a little bit darker brown. So this is just gonna kind of set in the cream, just because on longer days, like I like to use a powder contour just to set the cream. And obviously, like when it's hot and stuff, it can melt. So just take a little bit of this and just kind of go where we were before. And I don't need a lot of this, just a little. And as you can see, it's given me a lot more dimension to my face. Next, I'm just going to take a little bit of lip balm. I've got this Malibu watermelon flavour, SPF 30. And it's super important just to make sure you use SPF on your face, but also on your lips as well. Just because our lips can burn and we don't often realise that it's happening. So next, I'm going to take a little bit of blush because we've done the contour, but I just want to put a little bit more on my cheeks. And it just adds a little more dimension again with, you know, like a different colour. So I've got this brush here. This was a set by Revolution. I got it for like Christmas or something. And just do that. I didn't used to wear blush. I used to wear like super pale foundation and just kind of look like a sheet. So I feel like all the different layers of colour just really helps give you more of like a, not natural, but nicer looking face. Okay, so with majority of our face done, next I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow, and for that we've got the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and it's lots of different shades, mostly like warm tones, because I feel that goes best with blue eyes, just kind of like orangey, coppery, pink, any kind of warm shades really goes with this eye colour. And this is the USP 03 Warm Neutrals, and we're going to go in with this colour here. So just take this brush. I think this was from like the Fern Cotton range or something. It was from a long time ago. And this is just our base colour, so just go super light. There we go. It's kind of pretty. Okay, next we're going to go in with a brighter orange, and we'll go for this one here. I'm going to use the smaller end of the brush just because I want to go in at the crease and not kind of just like go overboard. I want it to be, you know, kind of natural. Perfect for a summer's day. Okay, next I'm going to go for the white one here. You can see I've used it quite a lot. I used this as kind of like a highlight just because it is a really light white colour. And I'll just take one of these here and just kind of rub that in there. And then I'll put it in the corner of my eyes. used to just do this part with the liquid highlighter, but I found that using a powder base that's just kind of really light, just to lighten that up helps a lot, just to keep it in there, just keep it kind of looking good all day. I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it under my eyebrows as well, just to make my brow bone pop a little bit. And I like to use this on the rest of my face, like on my nose, to give myself a little bit of highlight, and just a little bits that need a little bit more lightening. I think that's good. Okay, next I'm going to use this pink Karl Lagerfeld eyeshadow. I think it's Karl Lagerfeld. It doesn't have the name on it. And I feel like that just gives that a little bit of shimmer. Go back in with the NYX palette, and I just kind of want to take a darker colour, so we'll go for this dark red here. It's that one. And we'll just do this in the corner, just to give it a little bit of extraness. Okay, so that's done with the eyeshadow. Next we're going to go in with eyeliner, and for that I have the Maybelline gel eyeliner, and it comes with this little brush over, not there, over here. So we have this end, and it's really well used, and it's just kind of like formed a solid kind of ness about it. So take this, and this is the gel eyeliner, and it would just take a little bit, just dip it in there. And this is the hardest part because we need to get those wings even, so. So that's one side. Now we have to try get the other side even. And this is where it goes wrong. So I'm just going to use this mirror here. Okay, so I think that's pretty even. Well, not. Okay, we're going to use a little bit of green eyeliner just to give it a little bit of a pop. I have the NYX liquid eyeliner and Vivid Brights, and this is just like a lime green colour. So we'll take this, then I just want to do a line under each one. Okay, so and that's just to give our eyes a little bit of pizzazz. So mascara, and then my eyebrows, and then we are done. So I have the Sleek Makeup Full Fat Lash Mascara and the Smashbox Full Exposure. And these are just kind of my staples. I am super blind at the moment because I don't have my contact lenses in. So that's why I go so close to the camera. So I've done that one, and then we'll just take this thicker one here and just kind of go over it. And just really spread those lashes. Next, I'm just going to do my eyebrows, but I'm not going to go full on, just because I can't do eyebrows like those good people. So I have these Model Launcher brows in top. It has a little brush on one side. And I wish so much that I could regrow my brows from when I had them before, because obviously it was a huge thing 5-10 years ago to have super thin eyebrows, and now mine are ruined. And on this side it has a little crayon. I don't like to be too heavy-handed with my eyebrows. Just kind of light, fill in a little bit. And then okay, I like to use this Pixie by Petra. It's just kind of this, it's called a brow tamer. I just like to pop a little bit of this on top of my eyebrows. And I'm not really sure if this really does anything, but I got this in a glossy box, so I might as well use it. Last but not least, I have the Sleek Notorious Nude lip crayon, and it's just this nice little sheer crayon. It's just a really nice nudie pink colour. It goes really well with the eyeshadow and just kind of my skin tone. I forgot about highlighter, which is the most important part, I think, just so we can all glow. So I have the MUA Undress Your Skin highlighter in iridescent gold. I got this from Superdrug for around £3, so it's really, really cheap. All of the MUA line is, and this is a really good highlighter just in terms of how shimmery it is, especially for the price as well, because you can spend quite a lot on a highlighter and it not be very good. So take this fun brush, and I ordered this off of Amazon also. I used to have a really nice mermaid fan brush, but I lost it. So I like to put lots, just kind of everywhere. on these bits of my face, and I'll do a little bit with my finger. And we can also take this as well, if you take your little finger and put little bits of this in the corner. As you can see, this is the best highlighter ever. Just so shiny, it makes you look wet and dewy. So we're just gonna quickly contour my nose, and then we are done. So for my nose, I'm just gonna take the powder one and the eyeshadow brush and just put it on the edges and just and I didn't use to contour whatsoever, but it does make your face look a lot more defined, and it's literally like a nose job in a bottle or palette, because you can just go and make your nose just look so much thinner. And just super quickly blend this in. And that is it. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll link all of the product descriptions below and links to where you can find those if you can still buy them.